Well, the conservation games continue. It's match number 16. And once again, I've got two wonderful sporting celebrities. I'll start with you, Adrian. Of course, Zimbabwe Test rugby player, World Cup for Zimbabwe, World Cup for the Springboks. And you are looking particularly well dressed for a buffalo.
Yes, hello Tino. Yes, I am. I have been reprimanded by my driver. You've actually caught me on a game drive. I'm with my driver Phineas.
Okay.
Hello to the guys. Hello Tino. Hello Ed.
You Phineas. I like that, and I hope Phineas will be able to help you out with some of the responses in this game, of course. But thanks a lot for joining us and taking time to be part of the conservation games. Of course, the other gentleman we have, you can see, is a lion, Ed Rainsford, who I played a lot of age group cricket with and represented Zimbabwe.
A lion?
Ed,
Did you say I was a lion?
No, a leopard. Very good to have you with us.
Yes, Tino, fantastic to be here. Fantastic initiative on conservation. And Adrian, how goes it? Phineas, what's happening? Anything in the cooler box there, Chief?
Yeah.
Right,
No,
let's move right into it, gentlemen. Of course, you know the structure of the game. Being the senior statesman, Adrian, I will give you the coin toss. I've got a bead in either of my hands. Is it in my left or right?
It's in your right.
It is indeed in my right. So you get the choice of whether you will ask questions first or be asked.
I think I'm gonna ask.
You're going to ask first. All right. So you've got the two questions for Ed Rainsford. These about your sporting career. Carry on, please.
All right, Mr. Rainsford. What cycle event did I take part in 2011?
Cycle.
You thought all of this was going to be about an oval-shaped ball, did you?
No, but like a bicycle.
Yes. Cycle.
Cape Epic. Moving along.
Absolutely. 2 points for you. Ed, good start. Second question, please, Adrian.
Second question coming up. My weight, according to Wikipedia, was 116 kgs when I played. What is my height?
189.
Absolutely. Another 2 points for you.
Do you know why I know that? It's because I'm also 189.
Right. So, Adrian, after Eddie's first couple of questions, he's got both of those right. He's on 4 points, and you're going to have to make some big tackles here to make sure that you stay right up there. Ed?
Right.
I tried.
Carry on.
Just hold on. I want to just do something here.
Been doing some research, have we?
Hey, let me tell you something. Ask Tino. Tino saw a lot of that.
Let's move on, please, to the next couple of questions.
Right, so I'm asking Adrian about myself, Tino.
You're asking Adrian about your career, yes. 2 questions, you picked from 4.
Adrian, my sister represented Zimbabwe at a sport as well. What is her name and what sport did she play?
She also played cricket.
Yes.
And her name was Yvonne.
Hey, finish spelling. You got to finish the surname as well. Come on now.
Adrian, that's good enough for me.
I don't think she's married, huh? I just got it as Rainsford.
Yeah.
That's 2 points for you. You guys have been very, very impressive. No points have been dropped so far. Can we move on to the second question, please, Ed?
How many ODIs did I play for Zimbabwe?
I'm going to say was 59.
How many?
You guys have done your homework.
59.
Very, very impressive. 30.
Am I right?
Adrian. So, I haven't been able to see the other games I didn't moderate.
You've been up to something, yeah.
But I'll tell you, no, I haven't, believe me. I'll tell you what, I've yet to have a couple of people who've been moderated by me who've got all 4 questions right. So that's very, very impressive.
Oh.
Move on to the conservation questions. And Adrian, I will come to you first.
Yep.
Tiki Highwood is your favorite conservationist. Tell us a bit about her foundation. This is not a question. This is just some background information before we get into your questions.
I came across it because I'm a fond fan of pangolins, and I believe they do a fantastic job with pangolins.
Okay. All right. And talking about pangolins, the ground pangolin is one that is found in Zimbabwe. What would be the heaviest weight of a ground pangolin?
Jeez.
What's either side? How many kgs have I got?
I'll give you 3 either side.
Yes, that's tight.
I'm gonna say, and because I've handled a few of them, I'm gonna say 12 kgs.
Okay. You're out there even with the leeway on either side. So the first point's to be dropped. You've got a big smile on your face, Mr. Rainsford. Would you like to try and get?
I'm gonna go for poundage. I won't know kilos, but I know poundage definitely.
Okay.
So you're gonna get your converter out here, Tino.
What's going to happen is when we have a break, I will go through, which is just in a moment, and I'll see if you've got the right answer. But carry on, please, for a bonus point.
30 pounds.
30 pounds. Okay. At the break, we will go through that and see if you get your bonus point for 30 pounds. You feel like you are quite confident about that. Adrian, your second question.
Yeah.
What 2 members of the pig family are found in Zimbabwe?
You know, I feel like my back is against the wall here. It's like 2. You do know I'm a Zimbabwean, eh?
I do know you're a Zimbabwean. So when I look through these, I got 1 right at least. So
it's not South Africa versus Zimbabwe here, eh?
no, it's not at all.
Case, that's a goodie there.
I'm gonna say warthog.
You get 1 mark for warthog.
And I'm going to say I'm going to kick myself. I'm going to say bush pig. Warthog and bush pig.
Absolutely right. Okay, so
correct, buddy.
Another 2 points for you. Well done.
Well done.
That takes you, Adrian, to 6 points. Ed, at the moment, pending maybe a bonus point, still on 4. And we're going to move on to your conservation questions. Your favorite park is Mana Pools, where I unfortunately spent a couple of days out there with you. Your favorite conservationist, David Attenborough. Do you go to Mana Pools often?
I do. I go there as often as I can. I went out there with you, and you never wanted to go back there with me. I don't know why. Soft.
Yeah, well, not everybody comes quite as tough as you. Let's move on to your question.
Oh, settle down.
Ed, what is the full name of the Department of National Parks in Zimbabwe?
What is the full name
of the Department of National Parks in Zimbabwe?
Time.
Hey.
We'll give him a bit longer before we throw it across to you if he doesn't get it right.
The Zimbabwe Wildlife. Wait, the Zimbabwe National Wildlife and Conservation Trust.
No, Ed, unfortunately, had you been a bit closer, I would have given that to you. Adrian, I'm going to throw this across to you for 1 mark if you get it correct.
I need this point, man. I need this point. Zimparks.
Zimparks.
and Zimparks and wild Zimparks Zimparks and wildlife.
How many parks are there in this word?
Okay, Zimparks and Wildlife Management Authority.
Absolutely right. Well done. Well done. You had to think about that, needed the point, and you've got it right. So that's a bonus point for you. It takes you on to 7. Ed Rainsford, your second question. The Zambezi River enters the Indian Ocean in what country?
Mozambique.
Yes, Mozambique. Very, very well done. 2 points to you. So at the moment, I have Adrian on 7. Ed, I've got you on 6. Like I said, you are pending 1 bonus point, which we'll try and work out now. But in the meantime, we're going to take a short commercial break. Viewers, please stay with us. We'll be back with you in just a moment.
Our wildlife needs help. Tourism to Africa is at an all-time low. You can assist by liking and sharing the conservation games. You can contribute financially by hitting the donate button on the Zambezia.com website. Let's get together and back up the frontline conservation team.
Welcome back, everybody. Match 16 of the Conservation Games. Ed Rainsford representing the Leopards, slightly behind Adrian Garvey of Team Buffalo, 7-6 at the halfway stage. And those of you who have been with us will have noticed that Ed Rainsford was looking for a bonus point in that conservation section. We've had a look at it, and unfortunately, he's fallen just out. So 1 point behind at the moment. Ed, you answered first in the first segment, so it'll be your turn to ask the questions first.
All righty. Adrian, in the 1998 Tri-Nations, now called the Rugby Championship, South Africa won the tournament, winning all 4 games. On the points table, they had 17 points. Which team came last that year, and how many points did they have on the table?
Ooh, jeepers, buddy.
That's a bouncer.
Yeah. Trust
you've been
me,
good.
to ask a question like
good.
that.
Whew. I've had to pull out the big guns here.
I wish I had Dorsey here. He's got a memory like an elephant. I used to play a lot with Brennan Dawson. And,
Yeah.
He's good with players and all the off-field events, that's for sure. I would say bottom of the table, because we played Australia in the last game, which we had to win the tournament. So I would say there was only 3 of us. It wasn't Argentina at the time. So I would say New Zealand. And I don't think they scored many points that year, because we fortunately beat them both home and away. And I'm going to go with 2 points.
I am very, very impressed by you two. Well done. You've got that right. So that is 9 points for you now, Adrian Garvey. And just maybe you can tell us a little bit about how special that would have been. You mentioned the fact that you beat New Zealand at home and away, which is something that wouldn't have happened too often.
No, just beating New Zealand anyway is an accomplishment.
Yeah.
Jeez. That's good stuff, Adrian.
And
some work to do, yeah? Some work? That's some work.
Yeah, you do. Let's move on to the last question then, Ed.
Right. Your last game for South Africa was in the 1999 World Cup. What was the score?
I remember that well, Edward. I started off my career for Zimbabwe playing against Spain, and it just so happened my last game for South Africa was against Spain. It was my only game I played in that World Cup, and the score, we won 47-3.
Well. Another 2 points. Ed, you have got your work cut out, yeah? You've got a couple of questions to go. You trail at the moment 11 points to 6. But Adrian, you're very unique in the sense that in the rugby world anyway, you had the opportunity to represent both Zimbabwe and South Africa, both at World Cups. Maybe just the two differences between representing Zimbabwe and South Africa at the World Cup?
Yeah, they both were fantastic occasions. You know, I can remember them both very well. Maybe I played a little bit better in the 91 for Zimbabwe. I think that was my stepping stone to bigger things. I was fortunate enough to be behind the poles against Scotland twice. And in the World Cup for South Africa, although playing for South Africa, but that particular World Cup sort of wasn't at my best, and we should have won that World Cup. You know, that was probably one of my disappointing moments. And you know, it was a World Cup that we went into that tournament having been the favourites, 17 wins in a row, and few changes in the team dynamics, and we just we didn't get to the final.
All right, brilliant. Let's move on to the final questions. Mr. Rainsford, I can see you shaking your head there, but you can make sure by winning these next 2 points or next 4 points that you're not too far behind when we go into the wild and wacky. So let's have those last couple of questions, please.
All right, Mr. Ed Rainsford. You were ODI cap number 83 for Zimbabwe. Who was 82 and who was 84?
That is unbelievable.
Come on, Ed.
So, Ed, this obviously, just to try and help you along here, would have been that series against Australia after the under-19
Yeah, I remember the series against Australia.
And
but
there were a few of you that got their caps then.
There was about 10 of us that made caps at that time.
Okay. Well, we just need number 82 and number 84. Don't worry about the rest.
Yeah, no, thanks, Tino. I just need 2, eh?
Get one of them right, and you'll get 1 mark.
That is a hard question, eh? So 82.
I'll give you a few more steps, yeah? I'll give you a clue.
I'm going to
be very kind.
Yeah.
They played for the same franchise.
I played for the same franchise.
Or province.
At the same time.
At the same time. Right. 82.
Brendan Taylor.
No. 82 was Tawanda Mpariwa. 84
no, he
was
he played for
Mpofu.
Bud's played for Bulawayo, for Matland.
So did Chris Mpofu, who was 84.
Oh, I thought you meant for my franchise.
No, not your franchise. Let's move on then. Still 6 points there, Ed Rainsford. Last question from, please, Adrian.
Please, those are hard
Last
questions.
question coming up. Last question. In 2009, in Bangladesh, Zimbabwe rolled Bangladesh for 124 in an ODI. Zimbabwe won the match with 2 wickets in hand. Who were the 3 batsmen not out?
Raymond Price, Raymond Price, Buds, Tawanda Mpariwa, and I was next in.
That is brilliant. Ed, very, very well done. So that gives you 8 points to 11. But just talking about that, Ed, of course, you had played the Under-19 World Cup in Bangladesh. I think you toured with the A side after that. So you had seen Bangladesh conditions. and quite often batsman friendly. And was that something that was just out of the ordinary, the playing surface?
Let me tell you something. Now that deck turns. Back then, we used to go just in the winter period. So what happened was the dew would settle underneath the covers, and the ball would seam and swing the whole day. And at the same time, it would grip and turn. So like they weren't high scoring games. I remember Sri Lanka at one stage were under the pump. We played a triangular there.
Yeah.
Let me tell you, as a seamer, you just
licking
all those
your
big
lip.
bats for let me tell you, you got a big bat today, nice thick edge to nick.
Yeah. Well, I hope you'll be licking your lips as much as we move on.
No, I won't be.
The final segment, guys, which is the wild and wacky card choice. And Ed, I think I'm going to ask you to pick first. That's card number 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5.
I'm going to go for lucky number 4.
You're going to go for lucky number 4.
All righty.
Okay. Let's see this. I hope you got
How
some
many
facts.
points do I get for this?
You can get a maximum of 5.
This is going to be... Got to pull out all the stops here. So it's an elephant flap with a big old charge, eh?
Absolutely.
I'm going to have to use my tail. I have to use my tail.
No problem.
My trunk.
You're allowed to give yourself as much space as possible, Ed.
All righty. Joy, that gives me something.
I like that. Ed. I'm yet to see the rosette-spotted African elephant, but I thought you used your props quite well. We had a little bit of sound in there as well. I'll give you I'll give you 4 marks.
Oh.
Yo.
I'll give you 4 marks.
You've set the standards high there, Ed.
He has set the
I'm
standard
going to
high.
try.
We have one more to go, of course. Adrian, your pick of cards, 1 to 4.
Let's go number 3.
We're going to go number 3. I'm so looking forward to showing you this card.
Tell me what it is. You joking.
It is a giraffe rocking gallop. Exactly what you were looking for.
That's the very one I said, please don't give it to me. That is absolutely a winner. 3 is normally my lucky number.
All right. That's the one.
Hey, Phineas, what's that that big animal with a long neck in the background? Yeah, boss, that's a giraffe, man. That's a giraffe. Hey, do you think it could be closer to the giraffe, Phineas? Yes, boss, no problem.
I got to see this. What's this going
Adrian.
Yeah.
That is also very good. I will also give you a 4 for that. And that leaves you with 15 marks for Team Buffalo, pipping the Leopards by 3 marks. Ed, you managed to get 12. But just before we go, gentlemen, thank you very much for taking part in these games. Until the next conservation games here, thank you very much for being with us, and see you next time.